ladies and folks and gentlemen and people with jokes, we got every paint scheme coming up for the biggest paint scheme time of the year. We are scheming it to death. I am here with one of my co-hosts, Jordan Blacks. And Jordan, how are you today?
It's good to be back. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. You're out on parole. Finally, you've got away with that bank robbery charge, and they were able to prove that no one would be stupid enough to steal that many $1 bills, right?
That's me. That's me. You just hit it on the head right there.
Oh, well, folks, we have got so many paint schemes coming up for you. It's going to blow your mind. The winner, look at this fella right here. Throwing it back to my man, Texas Terry Labonte, 1996.
I knew you were going to love this one.
Oh, this is big. Listen, let's just get the show started before we even get into it, all right?
Hold on. We go.
Hang with me. Oh, I'm telling you what, folks. This car right here, this is it. I have been saying since they started the throwbacks, where is Terry at? Soon as this 5 thing happened every year. Don't tell me this isn't the Kellogg's car this year. And every year I was disappointed. Here it is, finally.
Yes.
You don't even have to ask. This is right off the bat. I mean, I'm not even looking at anything else. Wrap of the week.
Yeah.
Right here.
Show's over.
Drop it. That's it. You don't even need to see anything else. Look at this. Terry's second championship. Hey, you want me just to start dropping straight Terry facts on you?
Oh, man. How many do you have there? I can see your paper.
No, I don't have them wrote down. This is all brain. This is all for today's show here.
Oh, okay.
Other people, I don't know what the crap they're driving. No, Terry, there was no research had to be done for this.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I mean, I want to mind you, right behind you is a hood.
This is my era, too, when I was a kid watching.
Well, this is my guy. I mean, Terry, oh, my God. I talked to Bobby again at Martinsville. Did I tell you?
This is where your love for Kyle started. Was this car.
Yeah. It went from that to that. And, it is what it is. Listen. Beautiful car right off the bat, and they nailed it perfectly. I'm not going to sit here and drool over it much more. Let's move on to the next thing, see what's going on. Failure right off the bat. No throwback for the 17. But while we're here, I mean...
That's an iconic number, too, in NASCAR.
Exactly. There's a lot they could have done.
So
you could have at least, hear me out, on Fifth Third Bank, you're telling me that you could not have thrown it back to a Ricky Spinhouse paint scheme for Fifth Third Bank just a few years ago.
Come on. They did the Tide one year, didn't they? On the throwback.
They did the what?
Tide.
They did. Well, a couple people have tried it. They did it with the 17, though.
Yeah.
Here it is,
They could honor Ricky Craven.
They could have done a lot of things. They chose to do nothing.
And
this is not RFK. This is Fifth Third Bank who decided this because Brad's got a throwback. So don't shop. Don't do business at Fifth Third Bank. They don't support the sport.
Well,
that's a joke, obviously, giving millions of dollars away.
There's a lot of drivers. We'll go through this and find out there's a lot of drivers who are not doing throwbacks.
There's quite a few, and I'm disappointed and mad at all of them.
I feel like
we're going down there, though. You're not. Why aren't you going?
I got stuff.
Dude, you going to Darlington to see Wrap It Up?
Are you?
Really? We are. Me and Justin are going. We're going to be down, going and talking to people.
South Carolina.
Darlington, South Carolina. That's right. We're going down. We'll
I've been there before, though. I've been to that race.
Yeah.
It's a good race.
Last year was great. We got a video already up from that. You're to check out. Here, you've got to have seen this one, unless you're just hiding under a rock, right? This one, maybe the first throwback of the year that was announced, possibly.
My favorite. I love when they do throwbacks to like 10 years ago.
Right.
It's my favorite.
There's Junior. It literally is 2014 that he's throwing back to. He had a story about being late to class the next day because he was up late watching Junior win in that car the night before.
Oh, yeah.
And having to take a note to his teacher or something, being like up late watching Junior. Don't get me wrong. I like the Junior scheme.
I got to be honest. I love the fact that they do the throwbacks, but I really wish that like the sponsors would go back on the cars for one race.
Oh man, yeah.
For like a discounted price.
Sponsor, right.
A discounted price. Because it is creative though how they just took HendrickCars.com and made it look like Kellogg's.
Yeah, right.
It'd
still be awesome to have the real thing.
That's when it feels so video game-esque.
I will say this. Let me back away up though. One thing I don't like here. Hold on. Where is it? The hood. There's no corny. Okay. Don't tell me you couldn't put the rooster's head on there. Should have put something.
Well, no,
on
I'm saying like
Gumby. You could have put
but
just a
when you
Gumby
take
Kyle Larson on
when
there.
you
He's great.
when you take Hendrick and you choose Kellogg's font
Yeah.
on your computer,
Right.
feels very very video game like.
Absolutely, 100%. Coming in 4th place.
Oh,
Would you ever throw back to yourself? You can do that. Is it really a throwback if you're just driving a paint scheme you drove a couple of years ago yourself? Or is it really like we're just driving this again?
and it's the same sponsor.
It's the
though.
exact
we
same
just
sponsor.
talked about that, how it
Yeah.
should be the same sponsor.
Well, here it is.
What a great timing.
Your dreams are answered.
Take a look at
Got it all
this.
for you right
Yeah,
here.
that's great, though.
The colors are slightly different.
That's pretty good.
It is. What year was this? This is 2016 Southern 500. Me and Justin were there when this won.
Oh,
So
so,
we just-
this car was the winner?
This was the winner in 2016 when we went. We were just talking last week that every time he drove this auto's insurance cars and we were at a race, he'd win for like a straight while there. He was just on a roll.
What year was the championship in the 78 car?
Boy, that's a great question.
It was the last year of that team, right?
Yeah, and then they shut down. And, man, if you hadn't asked me, I could have told you. Tell
Sorry.
us in the comments.
Yeah, drop it in the comments.
Who's in the comments? Anybody on Facebook? You got a Facebook feeder over there? Listen, folks, we're just figuring out our live setup. It appears okay. I think the stream is behind us on Facebook is what appeared. No, maybe that's it.
There we are. That's live.
Okay. I don't. You try to see if you can see anything, but it appears we're live on here. We hope we are. We can only do so much. Listen, folks, don't throw back to yourself. I'm not hating it. It did what we asked, but it's one of the most plain schemes there might have ever been on Earth. It's so basic. Let me tell you about this guy, though. Do you know Denny?
I know Denny. He called a shot again.
He did.
Before the race.
He's
Not at that race, but he says he's winning it all this year.
Right. Well, they put the pressure on him to call. He might be able to win it all. He's up there in the points lead at the moment.
Three wins?
How
many? What number race is this on the season?
This was number 12. We're going into 13 right now.
He's won a third of the races.
Yeah, so that's pretty good, right?
Or a quarter. Sorry, that's bad math. Quarter.
He's led 606 laps. That is 17.2% of laps this season. Only person leading more,
William Byron.
Larson.
Oh, okay.
633, 18%, 0.8% difference. And there's only one other person in double digits, and that's Truex, which I would have thought Byron also. Truex has got 12%, but everybody else below that.
Is Byron becoming the new closer?
I don't know. He's got the wins. He'll do what he wants with them. This car sucks. No throwback.
We got a lot of breaking news to get to this episode, but
look at this. This sucks too. No throwback. 100 years.
That is a throwback.
That's a throwback to what? Last week?
No.
He drives this car all the time.
How often does he drive the wall? I thought this would be like a Matt Kenseth throwback.
Me too. It should have been. They wanted to ride 100 years on it. They've done Matt Kenseth throwbacks repeatedly, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's just kind of iconic in the sport.
Right. Here's an icon.
This looks cool.
Here's your favorite drivers of your whole life. Coming in from Jimmy's, I guess it's his rookie year, 2002. Was that right?
That's a COT.
Yeah.
In the
That's
picture.
rookie year Jimmy.
Yeah,
That's
but
the throwback
in the picture,
to that.
that's a COT.
Well, yeah, you're right. That's not 2002.
That's about 2008,
That's
isn't it? 2007?
2009, I think.
First year. How many years was the COT around? Three?
Well, technically, it ran. Is it 06 or 07 that it ran half the season?
07, I think.
We talked about this in another video with Crew Chief.
I think 08 was the first full year.
08 was? Yes.
think,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're right. You're right. I think this is 09 then. But it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Anyway, his 02 looks a little more like it. I don't know
Yeah.
why we have the wrong picture. Don't hate on us. We don't know what we're doing, please.
Jimmy's not racing this week, though, is he?
No, Jimmy quit this week. He figured out this was a bad idea. He's given up. He's out. He did 2 weeks in a row
Yeah.
and still wrecked and said, okay, I'm done. Here's
Well,
another huge disappointment. Absolutely
Yep.
disappointing. Listen, though, I
You know
think
what else is disappointing is this.
yeah, what can I do? You start going on a long talk, and I'll see if I can fix your board. But also, one thing about this stuff has so many limits on it, apparently. every week when RCR posts paint schemes that are running that week, they post a wallpaper for your phone that has like the number big and like the car on it and everything. So the times they have ran zone, no picture of a car, no mention of zone. It's just an 8. But everybody else will be different and have their cars there and everything. So maybe they had to jump through some major hoops to get approval on this paint scheme, so much that they didn't even want to try to make a throwback.
Wow.
To a different product or something. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
Well,
what?
Interesting.
Talk about this old boy and what's going on here, and I'll fix
You know
your
what?
computer.
This is a throwback to me because Overstock.com, I haven't heard anyone talk about Overstock.com for about 10 years. I didn't even know it's still a website.
They've been running it like every week.
I know, but it's still a throwback because who uses Overstock.com?
Well, I never really used it to start with. I think I've ordered one thing off of it. Justin said he's got his wedding ring there, and that's all he ever bought. Just his wedding ring.
Mm.
You're supposed to be talking
Well,
while I'm computer fixing.
Oh, sorry. Well, now there's a place called Amazon.
What do they do over there at
Yeah,
Amazon?
I don't know. They have a lot of Overstock.
Why does Amazon not sponsor a car?
You
They're
can
the
buy
richest company on the face of the earth.
You can probably buy stuff by the pallets from there. So. Hey, this is Noah Gregson, though. Speaking of, some Stuart Haas news is in the works. Will this be a car next year?
Oh, man, I don't know. Listen, it just keeps getting deeper and deeper. There was a rumor that maybe Stuart Haas and Front Row are going to merge, and that seemed insane, but also maybe like a good idea since Front Row's doing better, and they are going to sell charters from Stuart Haas apparently anyway.
Huge Front Row news today.
Right, and so that happens. McDowell decides he's leaving, right? Going to where? Spire. Can you believe that?
Which, it's not that shocking. I mean,
it's a little shocking to me.
Spire started investing last season.
Here's what's not shocking. Spire has the money to get McDowell a better payday than what he had where he's at.
That's true. He's going to get paid more, but
that's why he's going.
Is it
I have
much?
No doubt
is it much
retire.
Better? Do you think? I think part of it is, Ford is struggling.
It's true.
Still yet to win a race, right? Point.
Think about this though.
They were, and you know what I wondered about the finish after Sunday at Kansas? Was it the new nose that cost him the race? Think about it. The new nose, and guess what? He just lost by a hair on the nose.
Oh, so cheesy.
So
I'm going to use that a lot today. Listen, think about this idea. What if McDowell leaving's part of helping Front Row merge with Stuart Haas? Because that way,
that was my first thought.
Yeah, it all points to the possibility that Priest is probably gone since they're not inviting him to meetings anymore, he said. And we didn't know
this guy's probably on the bubble.
Right, but they could bring 3 guys over with McDowell gone and have 4 cars, sell 2 charters, and do all that and be super strong and have all that money with 3 guys. Look at this right here. We just got this. I mean, literally, we were in a race before we went on air to get this car.
This is pretty dope, though.
It is.
What's this a throwback to?
Long John Silver's.
I mean,
this is literally a throwback to just Long John Silver's.
Okay, so no drive.
Like
it's not honoring
60s
any
or
driver.
70s. No. It ain't honoring jack crap. Other than Long John Silver's will sell you fish sticks.
At least they did a throwback.
Exactly.
I love that.
They didn't even announce it. They put out the other ones from the team. They saved this for last drop. No announcement. Of course, he said he was leaving the team today. But they just put it in a little group photo, and that's all we had a picture of. Take a look. This is all we had. You can see the back end's missing. So we grabbed this last minute here with the background so you can see. You know what I like about this? Not only does it remind me kind of childhood, it also reminds me of ETSU a lot. You know?
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. He's got, it's very 80s ETSU Bucky.
There you go.
East Tennessee State. Go Bucks. All right, there it is. Honestly, if I had not picked Terry, I might have made this rap of the week.
Was it the 38 car? Wasn't Carson Newman on the 38 car?
Carson Newman. Yeah. Carson Newman was on the 38.
At Martinsville.
Martinsville, right?
So maybe it is ETSU.
Maybe it is. Maybe there's a partnership.
East Tennessee colleges.
Maybe my university's turned into a fish stick house.
Yeah.
Nobody ain't no but garbage.
All right, so Brad's going to do something odd. He had some choices as to what Castro scheme he wanted to run, and for some reason he picked a Supra.
Dude, this is dope.
It's pretty good.
This is dope.
I'm gonna throw this out.
This is
Like I say about a lot of Brad cars, it's got big Christmas energy. The red one.
This is my
Rap of the week for
this
you?
is
Wow.
my rap of the week.
I got to say, honestly,
It's pretty dope.
the other pictures of it are even hotter. Like, it's kind of faded to match the picture back there. When it wasn't color matched like that, it kind of pops even more. It is a nice scheme.
And let me say this for the record, y'all.
Don't say it.
When we ended last season, my my rap of the year was NASCAR fans rap of the year. You remember which one it was?
Was it Star Wars?
No.
What was it?
My rap of the year was the 29 car at North Wilkesboro.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
NASCAR Universe picked it as well. So,
NASCAR Universe.
this might be a
I
candidate.
don't even know who that is.
This might be a candidate.
It might be. We'll see. This for your
Yeah.
rap of the year?
Hey, clip
More-
that little section for the end of the season.
Okay, right here. Short, just another disappointment. Oh man, not going to have a throwback. The champion gets
Yeah,
no throwback,
no,
and
this
he's going
is-
to put a washer on
No,
the front.
this is a throwback.
Yeah,
This is a throwback to Paul
Chuck E.
Menard's
Cheese.
Brickyard win.
He's saying it looks like a Chuck E. Cheese from '96. I can see that. Big '96 energy. Yeah. Here, let's move on. Here, let's get out of Paul Menard's. Like another late-breaking car.
Okay.
We just found this one. Also, we found 3 cars that we did not have
Who-
the moment before we went on air
The-
on Wednesday.
Who's this one honoring? The number is definitely honoring somebody.
You know what? I don't know. I have no idea what this
So-
is supposed to be because literally 5 minutes before we went on air, we clipped this off of a website, off of NASCAR.com, because they had it hid all day. I have no idea what it's supposed to be. If I had to guess, based on that font, I'm going to say the obvious answer is Lee Petty, being that, all the numbers in Legacy Motorsports are Petty numbers.
Yeah, let me
So
let
that's
me
my
do
big
some
guess.
research here.
Do some research. Get educated, you fool. What about the old boy in the 42? This is a pretty good finish for him. He's not done all that great. 13th, honestly, is not that bad for him this year.
Yeah.
He didn't wreck all the other Toyotas or anything this week. That's pretty good of him.
That's
Real
yeah,
fast.
were
While you're
you
looking that
guys
up,
at Talladega?
Look at
Did
this.
you guys go to Talladega?
No, we did not. I turned the camera off. Sorry, here I'm back. We didn't go because we thought it was going to rain, and then
And
it
it
got
did.
It did, but we still could have watched.
Yeah,
the
last time
race.
I went to Talladega with you, it rained. And we
It
didn't
rained
even
a lot,
watch the
yeah,
Cup race.
That's true. Hey, folks, real fast. You can win this hat right here. You see this? Look at that. That is an actual, authentic hat. The kind you put on your head. People love these things. Have you seen them? You walk down the street and people got them on their heads. Everywhere you go, people, man, the camera is ticking me off. Why do it not like us? You want to explain that? Look at this. I figured it out. Look at me. 2 graduate degrees in technology. I
There
figured
you
out
go.
the camera. Yeah, buddy. It's a 19 hat. It's a Bass Pro. It's a Joe Gibbs. It's camouflage. It's real tree. It's from a place in the heart. I don't know. I was going to say something stupid, but I just said something even more stupid. All you got to do is pick the winner of the race. Tell us who in the comments who wins the race, and if you get it right, you could be the winner. We did not have a winner last week, and thus we are returning with said hat once again.
Listen, I'll say
I'll listen to everything.
I don't
you
know.
say.
I'm not sure who the 42 car is honoring, but
I guarantee it's Lee Petty.
well, it might be Lee Petty. But did you
But-
see his Xfinity throwback today?
I did. That's hot.
That is
Yeah.
dope. The
That-
Toyota.
Yeah, I seriously thought about getting it just because I was like, listen, we don't need to start with the Xfinity schemes and stuff.
Yeah.
But that one is killer.
Yes.
Killer. I love it. I'm a big Toyota fanboy, you know. Here's the scheme we thought it was going to be to the last minute. You still get to see it.
Yeah.
Who? Nope.
That's on. Go back.
Okay.
That's honoring Montoya's first year in the Cup Series. 42.
It kind of does
Havoline.
look like it.
42
I think
Havoline.
it honors Family Dollar's
Montoya.
push to overthrow the population of America and make everyone live inside of one of their stores.
Sure.
Hey, here's Todd. Listen, also, let's back up.
Whoa.
I might be the only person you know that's wearing a Todd Gillen and Zane Smith shirt. It's both of them.
They're on the
same
same shirt.
Is that a Boot Barn 38 shirt?
We have a boot barn in Bristol.
We do. Do we?
Yes.
Is it an actual barn?
No.
Do we keep boots in it?
No.
Denny wins. Okay. That's a good pick.
Yep.
Except I hate Denny, but you're probably right, honestly. He's good. I don't actually hate Denny. But, you know, if you got to root against somebody, Denny's the guy to go with, I think, right now.
Yep.
That's most people. Also, while we're here with the cars down, hold up this giant taco. Let the people see the taco. We have a giant taco here signed by Daniel Suarez. He wrote his name on it. If you watch our Martinsville video,
that's authentic. What more proof do you need than him actually doing it?
If you help us out on YouTube, it gets 750 subscribers. You can win this autographed
Thank
Daniel
you.
Suarez taco piñata
Gracias a Daniel.
that he won, just like what he busts in Victory Lane, and also an autographed diecast, not a Daniel Suarez, probably a William Byron. I don't know. It's a mystery. We'll see. We have lots. I'm just saying it's a good deal.
It is.
You want this taco? You get this taco. Just write down who. No, don't do that. That's for the other thing. Y'all got me confused. Let's move back to cars. Did we talk about Todd, or did I get excited about wearing a shirt with him on it?
We have not talked about this. No.
Well, okay. Todd is throwing it back to himself.
An unsponsored car.
An unsponsored car. Well, this is Todd's.
Hey, so did Martin Truex throw it
So
back
did
to
what?
himself.
Well,
throw
yeah.
it back to himself.
But he threw it back to his own cup car, which seems kind of ridiculous. This is him back to, I think this is.
You got to honor your
is
roots.
Is this K&N or is this?
This looks like late model.
Yeah, but
this
it's
is
something.
Late, that's late model.
It's not Tour's car. I can't remember what Tour car, but it's a late model type car, yeah. So here's, I guess, what Todd grew up driving. He was apparently the 98.
Speaking of cars, Tour, can we get over one of those this summer?
We can.
They're coming close.
We can go anywhere.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Where are they going? They're going to Coburn?
Hickory.
Oh, yeah. There's always something going on in Hickory. Hey, what do you think about this thing?
What is it?
It's ugly. That's what I think it is mainly. This is Josh Berry's ride for the week. Could it be? Yeah, definitely. It's something not right about it. It is Reptilian of the Week, 100%.
Yes.
Because I don't trust it. I don't trust that at all. It's supposed to be. Okay.
It looks like that.
Okay.
Like the silver? RoboCop.
It's RoboCop. RoboCop Reptilian. 1998, Rodney Childress, late model, his crew chief. They're throwing it back to his crew chief's late model car. Somebody in the comments says
his
they like
crew
it.
chief.
Well, sir, I can't help it if you have bad taste. I'm sorry.
Take a look
This
at this.
It looks like it's got a horse
motherload.
fence on the bottom of it, right? I mean, I don't know. Also, the emblem on the front, what is it? Oh, it's the Harrison's place. What is this thing that's the circle with the red and white on the front? Because that makes me think it's like for an ice cream parlor for some reason.
I think that's Speedway. That's Speedway Children's Charities, isn't it?
Is it? Okay. Well, I'm not going to talk crap
No.
if we got a children's
No,
charity.
never mind. It says something Speedway. Is that the Speedway where that car raced?
Could be.
Maybe.
Could be.
Yeah.
I don't care. It does have an 80s vibe, though, with that blocking.
It does.
You know? If you were the type of man who owned, like, a first-generation Cavalier, this might be something you like because it's got that 1980s pinstripe futuristic grid.
Someone said Microsoft Excel on the side. That's true.
You're not wrong there.
I like the spreadsheet. Get the spreadsheet scheme out this week.
What about Ricky? Ricky had to put meat on the front of the car.
Oh, here's a
Mercy, I'm about to
listen.
bust.
Here, what did we say earlier? This is twice now. We said it would be awesome if they would throw it back to the actual sponsor,
yeah.
and they did.
Well, they
Is
messed
this
it
Mark?
up.
Is this Mark Martin?
This is Mark Martin. I mean, Mark getting a lot of love. This is Mark Martin's 2004 Budweiser shootout scheme, and I think maybe I don't know if he ran it in the 500. He
the
definitely ran it in
shootout used to be the Clash.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
The Clash. So it's kind of ugly, even by 90s standards. You know, just
It's exact. Even Kraft is on the back. I
Right,
mean,
well-
it's almost the exact car.
well, they didn't put Miracle Whip on the side. They put Artisan Bread. And I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you, if I'm just talking about what's a stupider sponsor to have on a car, I want to go Miracle Whip. Bread is lame. I mean, it's okay, Bread's a good sponsor if you. It's better than like having a real sponsor.
Yeah.
Just be like, well, who you sponsored by? Bread. I like that. But Miracle Whip, that's a substance you could do a lot of things with. You know what I'm saying? You
So
can
I
coat your
love.
driveway in it. Just
I want to be in this meeting.
yeah.
Hey guys, Throwback Weekend's coming up in 3 months at Darlington.
What are they doing?
Let's get something we already have sponsored.
What the hell is that?
Hey, Mark Martin ran this amazing paint scheme at the Budweiser shootout.
Yeah.
Let's do that one.
Yeah.
Is that how the meeting went?
You think there was any better?
You think that was how the meeting went?
Maybe. They're like, okay, what's every Oscar Mayer car?
Or they sat in the meeting and said, let's throw it back to the
Comments
actual
want to know about
sponsor.
Banner. Have you ever ate Banner sausage? You know what Banner sausage is?
No.
It's a brand of ground-up sausage. And at one point, apparently in the 90s, it was good. And you would make it. And I bought some a couple of years ago, and it was not good. They changed the recipe. It did not work. Speaking of bad sausage, here's McDonald's. Man.
Listen.
You ever ate a McRib without sauce on it?
I don't know if this car did a throwback last year.
Okay,
But
I'm going to talk to the door.
You could.
How you doing? What?
They could. They could.
They can put what? Tell us.
Okay, they could take a playbook out of Front Row here. You could do so many cool things with a McDonald's throwback.
Yeah.
They
yeah, they could have done anything.
You could do the characters again.
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, last year for no reason they had the Hamburglar and Grimace on them. Just why not do something? It seems so low effort. I'm disappointed.
And you know what else?
What else?
When we get to the 45, but how many cool things could you do? I know the Jordan scheme normally isn't on this car, or even when we get to the 45, but you could do some really cool things with the Jordan throwback.
You could.
But
17th place for Bubba. I really thought maybe he would win Kansas, though. Wouldn't you? Didn't you think he was going to run better?
Sorry, what was your first question when you opened this car?
I have no. It was something about something stupid. I don't know. I was just saying ignorant crap. I don't even know what it was.
Okay, sorry.
You know what's not ignorant, though?
This is one of my favorite weeks for paint schemes.
Yeah, it's the best. It is the paint scheme week. But don't let that affect you in a way that knowing every week that White Blaze Outdoors is available to take you on nature hikes, day hikes, overnight hikes. They have all of these hikes. Are you aware of the hiking?
Yeah.
Do you know what hiking even is?
Yeah.
Are you even up to date with all the trends that all the cool kids are into?
I feel like you're about to tell me to take a hike.
Well, you can get a shuttle. You don't even have to take a hike. You can go on a field trip if you've got the children. You can round up mountain, whatever that said. You can do all these things at White Blaze Outdoors.
But
all you have to do is call the number, go to the website, call them up. Now, listen, there's a new package at White Blaze. I don't know if you're aware of this. It's, man.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
It is a great deal. Here's what happens. The people at White Blaze, you call and you say, I want the pony and liquor package. Okay? This was my idea a couple of weeks ago. And I think they're really going to roll with it. This is going to be how they make their money. You call up. They take you up on the mountain. There are wild ponies. Just living their lives. No one owns them. They are not owned. These are not enslaved ponies. These are free ponies, free roaming. They are walking around. They will come to you. You can pet them. You also drink liquor when you get there. You'll be drunk. Women love that kind of thing, right? They like to get drunk and pet horses. This is a foolproof business plan for White Blaze. Call and tell them you want to take advantage of the package, and I believe it could happen, right?
And someone said, take my money.
I hope so. Call White Blaze. Let them know what you think. Let's hurry and get through more cars so we can this is not even a throwback. This is a new scheme. The North Carolina Fraternal Order of Police Lodge 9.com. What kind of name? Is it one particular lodge? Are there like 16 lodges and just one of them's like, we got $1.2 million this week. Let's sponsor Darlington on the worst car there is.
That is true. But you know what I love about it? The, what would you call that? Like the lodge crest badge?
I think that's a North Carolina police officer's badge.
The North Carolina police officer badge matches the wheels.
Yeah, right. You got the gold with it. And he's got the painted bottom rocker panel deals there, which we talked about last week they were doing, and it looked really good on the 15 when Riley Herbst had the monster.
Yeah.
Riley, man, didn't do well. Look at this.
Wow.
Have you ever seen?
That's a pretty dope throwback.
It's amazing. You know, but
Is this a certain driver or just
No,
a
it's not
logo? Just a logo throwback?
it is a throwback to the beer box.
Okay.
I couldn't narrow down what year.
I was gonna say 90s, right?
It's 90s, yeah, I think. I tried to search that out.
You know the 90s are like
it's hot right now. Yeah.
The 90s are the same as like
Don't tell me.
no, like the 40s.
It's
The 90s to kids now might as well be like the 40s.
No,
to
they're
us.
not that bad.
No, it is. It's like
Not the 40s.
yeah, not the.
That's like 75 years, 80 years ago.
50s.
The 60s.
No, I'm saying
60s were
the
to
60s
the 90s as the 90s are to now.
to us. Let's just say
Yeah.
us.
Sure.
Okay.
I get it. And now I understand why, like, all those middle-aged people, they're like, we're going to have a 50s sock hop and all this crap when you're growing up.
Now they're like, let's have a 90s block party.
Yeah, we're just going to, yeah, exactly. I'm like, man, I remember that crap. Let's not bother with this. All right. For a scheme that's not actually a throwback to any car, the most random object, a beer box scheme, I still love it.
Well, last week was a crock.
It was a crock, but it was a beer crock, which you can actually buy. It's a real thing. You can go to the store and buy a Busch Light crock.
The whole car looks like a crock. It was awesome.
Take a look
It's
at
huge.
this
I love the colors.
motherload.
They need to. Also, why have they not put out the watermelon beer yet?
I think they're
Third of the
waiting.
way through the season. Where's that watermelon beer? You know it's coming.
Yeah, July.
You might be right. Maybe they need watermelon season. Look at this. This is hot. Talk about the 80s. Ooh. You know who that
that's
is back
kinda
there?
Cool. Who is that?
That's your boy, Tim Richmond.
Ooh.
1982 throwback, number
That's-
29.
Okay, this is cool.
It's hot.
So why didn't 23 do a throwback?
Yeah, it's a good point. I don't know. You think maybe McDonald's, for some reason, said no? Sponsor? I mean, it is the sponsor's call.
I don't know. And talk about an 80s.
Moneyline was cool with it.
Talk about an 80s looking car.
Yeah, it's true. It's hot. It's hot.
Darlington, South Carolina.
Will never be the same after they see this. Not once. What about this? Boy, I bet you love this,
Ooh.
don't you? A throwback. Me and you were talking before we came on the air, actually, I think. A throwback to a non-NASCAR. Why are you doing that? Right? It should be
Yeah.
a NASCAR you're throwing back to.
Is
Or
that
at
a
least
throwback to his own?
This is him again.
We got a lot
no,
of
that's not him, actually.
No, that's not his
No, this is
sprint car.
No, there's one that is. Hold on, that's still coming. We got another sprint car, I think. This is the 1976 dirt sprint car throwback that I believe his father drove, if I'm not mistaken on that. I could be totally wrong. It looks pretty freaking plain. You want me to be truthful? with
Yeah,
you.
it's hard
You
to
could've
match
done
that up
more.
on a stock car.
It is, isn't it? It really is.
Yep.
Especially just white and red.
Big news from Stuart Haas today.
What do they say? They
Nothing.
said don't look at the 43.
Nothing. Hey, this guy's getting back in the car
Hey.
this week.
I know. He's
Corey Haim.
Corey Haim.
What place did he finish last
Corey
week?
Haim got all the way to 22nd.
But he was running higher than that at one point.
He was. And he ran well at Dover, too.
I think
Corey
it-
Haim might know some things. Corey Haim might be a good reason why Toyota's going to make him the next guy who gets the bump up to the big leagues. Did you notice what's below Advent Health there? Because I didn't. Those two big symbols there. I don't know who this is the throwback to. I guess this is Richard, I would imagine. Probably a 60s.
Which is
with
really
that roof.
ironic. Was it Dover?
You
Did
are.
you guys do the Dover episode?
We
Do
did
you
do.
remember the 43 car then?
Yes, I do, and it was amazing. It was Rap of the Week. I was by myself that week.
Yeah.
That was Rap of the Week.
Yeah.
The STP car.
What was the reason for that one at Dover?
Just
Why that
STP
race?
showed up and they were like, just Richard Petty, 75 years. And they should have saved it for this,
But not this weekend.
right? I know they messed up bad. Somebody in the comments said Moneyline, good name for a business. It is. It's a strong
Mhm.
name. Here's the thing we thought they were going to have before we went to air. Really,
Not bad.
not a big change. I like the new one better.
Just the side.
Oh, who like a Jeff Gordon?
Class.
respect, no honor.
I do respect and
Exalta.
honor him.
Exalta.
Yeah.
Is Exalta and Raptor the same company?
Exalta is the main parent company, and Raptor is one of their
But
brands.
But DuPont. Did
DuPont
DuPont
changed. DuPont,
became Exalta, basically?
yes. DuPont is a giant corporation that does a lot of things for a
Yeah.
long time. One of them poisoning all of us. You have microplastics in your blood because of DuPont. Did you know that? and there's nothing you can do about it. But DuPont sold their paint division, and it renamed itself Exalta.
Okay.
So basically, Exalta is DuPont paint.
How often has he been running Exalta on the car, though? But
It's
not Raptor, but Exalta.
Which one, Gordon or Byron?
Byron.
It's supposedly his main scheme. It's his main sponsor. They have more races than anybody else. Because Raptor, think how many times he runs Raptor.
Well, I'm not counting Raptor.
Oh, well, okay. Well, last year's first time he ran Raptor. So every race like that before, he was running Exalta. And I want to say it was like 18 races Exalta paid for.
Okay.
So, I don't know. But they nailed this.
Hey,
2009.
Hey, speaking of, though,
Go ahead,
Hendrick has a special licensing agreement with Frost Buddy.
What is Frost Buddy?
Grab your Frost Buddy cup.
You going to do a commercial?
You can grab special Hendrick. This is not a Hendrick edition, but special deal with Hendrick. Get your 9, get your 24, get your 48.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Do they have a Kim Trail
5. Yep. They got. You can get all kinds of Frost Buddies. All right. Take any cup, slide it in here. All right. Fits almost
Why are
any
you
cup.
doing a commercial for these people? We ain't
They,
they
Is
didn't give
this-
you nothing for free.
is this Dukes of Hazzard?
It's just a throwback to any old cop car you may see.
Is this? Are
At
you
least it was-
are you serious right now?
This is it's kind of ridiculous. It's kind of ridiculous.
Who?
Coasting
Every
on-
throwback race is not like this, is it?
no. I mean,
Why would we throw back to NASCAR Legends? That makes no sense.
Premier Security. They're a security. They're not even cops themselves. They're a security company. Why are they throwing it back to cops? Aren't they? Everybody throws off on security companies. They're rent-a-cops, right?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe a real security company.
Someone
but
said that's the Andy Griffith car.
that makes sense.
So
You're not wrong.
it's also
You ever been to
any other cop car.
I like to think of it as the Blues Brothers. That's the best cop car.
I would like to think of
in
it
my
as
mind.
Disney Pixar cars. That's what it reminds me of.
They've got their own movie. Oh, it's the man. Here he
Yeah,
is.
That's cool.
Dylan, you son
He's trying to copy the old man, the legend senior here. Why didn't they black the number out? Why is the number white? Can it not be the exact same? Is that what the deal is?
I don't know.
Something like that? Why did
That's
they write
pretty-
club on the front?
So
you want to tell me
was
that?
Senior driving that top car?
Yeah, he drove that in '98 at the All-Star race.
Oh man! But this is a
And he
cool,
wrecked
another
it.
good one. At least they have the same sponsor.
He's ran this before.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah. This is an updated version. It's not a bad scheme. It's, to me, though, if you had better pictures, if Richard and those guys would move out of the way where it says Trackers so big, I mean, which is a Bass Pro company, just the placement of the words, though, really make this one look different.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
sure.
What was his finish last week?
I don't know. Can you get negative? Let's see. 25th. That's one of his better finishes this year. Good job.
31st. So far, he is ahead of Justin Haley, Harrison Burton, and Zane Smith in the points.
Okay. So, and we just talked about how your boy over McDowell over the 34 is now going to the 71, which is the last place car in the standings. But, again, rookie driver. So, Austin Dillon definitely.
Just some bad luck on the 71 car this year.
Here's a bad luck when somebody says, yeah, we'll copy that paint scheme because it's ugly as crap. He's throwing back to his own 2012 K&N Pro Series car.
That's another throwback to themselves.
Yep. I think he won the K&N Series Championship this
For
year.
a second, until I saw the Ford, I thought this was Clint Boyer 07 car.
Right. Yeah, you don't see a lot of 07s much other than Clint Boyer just because he had that deal with Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
Rizzle Dizzle? Is that what the...
Razzle Dazzle.
Razzle Dazzle. What do they do?
Premium grapes. Get your grapes. It says Razzle Dazzle Premium Grapes. You can get your grapes.
How much you paying for grapes? What is a premium grape? Does it have sparkles on it? Does it have its own ringtone?
They flavor grapes. You
They
don't
take
know
the-
this?
They take the
You can flavor a grape.
the watermark off the grape. if
They
you pay
put
for the premium.
microplastics in it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Because it's in the water supply and it's been fed to the grapes. Now they've got them and you're going to eat them. So if you don't want grapes, why are you buying grapes?
Hey, someone asked when I got released from prison.
Oh, when did you get released? When did you? What was it?
This
like
is
was this morning at noon.
You gotta
right?
you
I had
got
to pick you up.
You
There were 3 guards. I had to walk him out this time.
listen.
He's got pee all over his pants. Right?
You have to remind me of this gimmick.
What
I'm,
gimmick?
I'm out of character every time.
For what, being a con? It's not hard. Just be yourself. Here you go. Here's your boy, the 99, throwing it back again to another car that's not even a freaking NASCAR. 2004, Adrian Fernandez, IndyCar. It is an IndyCar, not a F. I thought it was F1.
Yeah, I didn't think it was F1.
I don't like this font. This font
But-
is so 1993 Mortal Kombat The Crow.
But that's the font on the Indy car.
Yeah, you know why? Because in Mexico in 2004, they thought it was 1993. That's why. So,
Oh, but I love again. At least it's the same sponsor.
I guess. I mean, Quaker State. They're going to be on some race
But
cars.
the logo, they went with the old school logo on the hood.
Yeah,
too.
that's true.
So
Now, I
give
do
them
like
credit
that.
for that.
I will give them credit. Where do I fill out a form for credit? Here's the man who's probably out of a job. Running
Is this throwback to himself?
throwback to himself.
That's a trend.
Yeah, that's this year, I guess. I don't know. 13 and 14, he ran this modified. And he was a big modified driver. I did learn this. Here's some information you don't hear from your normal Fox people and stuff. This dude right here.
Yeah, we don't get much information from him.
That's true,
period.
right? They can't even show you when somebody's wrecking and somebody calls it out. This dude was a big modified driver, Ryan Preece was, who won a ton of crap. He put he took a loan out on his own house, right, to buy seats to run the Joe Gibbs Xfinity car, the 18 car, because he was betting on himself. He was going to, like, if he'd gotten that 18 car and not done anything and been able to get a job, he would have lost his house, like everything he had. So, like, this guy literally bought his way into the 18 Xfinity car and won in it.
I'm sure he's got
made
that
himself
paid
a
off
career.
now.
Yeah, I'm sure he's all right now. I think he's a good driver. I just don't think the team knows what they're doing. He's a low man on the totem pole. He needs a better place and somebody to work with him better. He's different.
Let's talk about some scenarios here.
Okay. 1.
41 car.
Oh, never mind.
41.
Go ahead. I was on something else.
41 car goes away. Stuart Haas sells the charter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're a 3-car team.
Sure.
That's scenario 1.
Yep. Scenario 2.
Scenario 2, Stuart Haas completely sells all assets.
Yeah.
Who's buying it?
Who the freak knows? Probably
it's-
Gamebridge. Who the freak knows? Some
You think
investment
it
corp.
is?
Call it.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of assets
I
to
don't know.
just be split
I
up.
don't think they're trying
I
to
think
find
the charters get split up,
Yeah, I
honestly.
think all of it gets split up if they do that. I don't think anybody has the money to do the whole thing. And I think that's why
Is
they're
there a
quitting.
merger coming?
Then there's the front row possibility, which I think is a very good possibility. And then you could bring those 3 drivers other than Priest over. McDowell's gone now.
You
got
said
4
Priest.
cars.
Are we getting Priest involved?
Yeah, well, hopefully. You don't bring the Priest is what I said. Ryan Priest and his priest. That's part of the problem. You got to pay for him to drive the car, and then you got to pay for a full-time priest? Come on.
Yeah.
What about this guy? The
The
71, Zane Smith. He's on my shirt. I got half a Zane Smith shirt.
I mean, honestly, like, it's very simple, but I kind of like
it is
it.
the most simple. It's called red. That was the basis idea of this paint scheme. It's Dave Marcus. Dave Marcus was a cool guy.
Yeah.
He still is. He's alive.
Pretty
Pretty
good-
sure, unless he died very recently.
Pretty dope paint scheme.
He did a lot of stuff like on his own one-man band, pulling off some major stuff. 1975, the K&K Insurance. This is a pretty famous car, actually.
Yeah.
Dodge. It's it's one of those they made the. Look at this crap. No throwback.
This was ran last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it was on the 16 with Dinger last year. This year they moved it to the 31.
This had, you know what this reminds me of?
Trash.
Oh my God!
I hate it. It's bad. Here, hold on. Let me get this way.
No throwback, I'm
Let me,
assuming.
right here.
But
this
it-
is the week. The worst rap in the history of the world ever. This week. It looks like it was made in some old crappy crap.
I'm getting Mavis.
It looks seriously like a video game paint scheme. It even
Mavis.
sound. Black's tire, I believe, is on the video game actually.
No, but I'm saying Mavis. It reminds me of the Mavis.
It does. Yeah. Why do they have that cheap look to them? Why is that?
Games.
You think they charge them by the color for how many colors they put on the car out of the printer for the wrap or something.
I mean,
It's like you can afford 2 for one price. If you want 3 colors, though, we got to charge you more. I hate that. I hope it does. 16, his partner in crime does not have a throwback either.
What is this? Why the state of Wyoming is sponsoring this car?
No. It's not that big. This is one empty building in Wyoming, in a town in Wyoming. If you would like to rent that one empty building, it's available. No joke. That's what the sponsor is. It is an empty warehouse in a city in Wyoming, and it is available to rent. And this is the second week they have sponsored the 16 car. Yes, they ran this last week. They never showed it.
Are you making all this up?
They have an empty building in this town in Wyoming, and they want a company to move into it. And they paid for – I don't know that they're spending their money wisely, but they paid Derek Kraus
Who's driving it this week?
Kraus, the sauerkraut guy from Wyoming. Hey.
What is up with this sport?
I don't know. It's freaking crazy, man. These sponsors.
Now, this
Bip, bop,
is
what?
not a company, but they got money.
No, listen. Why not a throwback? It's just black. Why not put something on it? Could he not throw back to what anything? Didn't even paint it. It's ridiculous. Next car. Joey. It's ridiculous. It's blowing your money. If you go to Darlington without a throwback scheme, dog, you've blown your money. There's no need. Everybody going to hate your sponsor because you showed up without a throwback. Am I wrong?
But didn't at one point, didn't they?
No, it never happened.
They did a Steve Park throwback on this car, did they not?
They did, and it was nice. They could have done something. They could have done another Joey throwback, a Harvick throwback, any of those. Hey, what about the guy who's obviously going to win the race this week? It's your old friend, Kaz Gralla. You love him, right?
No, not really.
Why? What do you got against Kaz?
I don't know.
Well, he didn't even get to drive his own car last week. They put Riley Herbst in it because for some reason.
Monster, right?
And honestly, it was not bad looking. It was one of maybe the best Rick Ware looking car we've seen. This is a throwback to Pernelli Jones. What year was Pernelli Jones in? What is this? 60s? I can't remember. I have to look at the paper for this because I don't remember years that well. 69. Yeah, he drove this at least at Mid-Ohio. That picture's from Mid-Ohio. I know that. It's an IMSA car. Pretty basic. You got the red and the circle.
Yeah.
I never was big on numbers being in a circle. Remember, what was it, 2 years ago or 3 years ago? Denny drove the 11 with the circle with a fireball, and he won and cheated, and they were like, no, afterwards.
I remember that.
Yeah, nobody liked that. What about this? You like this?
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
He's throwing back to, 6, 7 years ago? 1953, the Leonard Wood Special dirt car running out of Stewart, Virginia. They're throwing it back to one of the original cars. What are the odds? He was driving the 22 instead of the 21, man. At least it's something super historic,
Yeah, and I love the reference to the Wood brothers for sure in Stewart, Virginia.
Their team, just recently, it was announced that the man John Wood, you know what I'm talking about. He drove the 21 for a little while, like early 2000s.
Oh,
he didn't have very good finishes. Anyway, he's taken over the company now. So his father, basically Glenn here, and Leonard were running the place, right? They retired. Their sons took it over. So those sons just retired, and now the third generation, John, is officially running Wood Brothers now.
Well, speaking of great companies.
Freightliner? Is that a good company?
No.
Man.
Our sponsor.
Oh, you're right. White Blaze Outdoors. Why go anywhere else to walk when you can be told where to walk by White Blaze Outdoors? Have you ever lifted one foot and set it in front of the other? Is it a possibility you've never actually breathed clean oxygen? It's 100% possible because you got microplastics in your blood. We've already discussed this. You need to get down to White Blaze. I'm seeing somebody, the worst throwback. You're right. This is the worst throwback of the year. If you're not going to Darlington, we're going. He's not. He can't go. He can't leave the state because he's on parole. No, you're not on parole. You just got out. You would be on parole if you just got out today at noon.
Yeah.
How many years you got to go on parole?
Today's just good behavior.
They let you out one day. They're like, just go on.
It's the work program.
Yeah, I forgot. That's right. Yeah, you're on work release. But this year is weak. But we're going to be down there trying to make fun. But if you're not going to Darlington, go out for a hike. Call White Blaze. They'll come over to your house and hike you around the house if you want to be hiked.
And listen, if you want a Frost buddy, if you want a buddy,
screw Frost
all
buddy.
right.
Screw
they
the
got
2
special
car.
Hendrick. They got speaking of Hendrick, you can get the
It's
5 car in the Frost buddy. All right.
What do you think?
This one's called the thick buddy.
What do you
They
think?
have the thicker
Who
buddy.
wins this
All
week?
right,
You
check
can
out
win.
Frost
Don't forget.
buddy.
Put in the comments who wins the race. You get it. And somehow Jordan's getting a kickback on Frost buddy.
I
this
wish
one of those,
I wish I were.
Is this some kind of a prison gang thing?
No.
Like you went in and they inducted you, like, when you get out, you sell the Frost buddy for us, or we're coming for you.
This one's the thick buddy in 4 ounces.
Are you running an international drug trafficking cartel on mugs? What?
What other?
What are you?
Listen. What other cup do you know of that you can just clip your keys to it? I mean, come on.
I got this ETSU one at Sam's Club.
Right there.
I think I can do that.
And
let me see your
if I
keys.
had chapstick,
How
I
much
could
was that?
slide my chapstick right
How
there.
much was that?
I
How much
don't.
was
It
that cup?
retails. It retails a fair price.
What's a fair price?
I don't know.
Make a guess.
No, just frostbuddy.com. This is the thick buddy 40 ounce.
$20.
Thick buddy 40
It's
ounces.
got a college on it I went to.
Listen,
Look at that.
when they come
20.
calling the show,
20.
wanting to sponsor us.
Yeah.
All right, you can get college editions on there
I think
too.
you just turned. You smoking melons?
That
sounds about right. You a big melon smoker. That sounds right. You've been smoking Sutton. You're
Yeah,
selling his
that's-
buddies so hard. All right. Let's get to it. Who's your pick?
Oh man, did we go through all the cars already?
That's it. We saw all 36 of them. Most of them sucked. I mean, I'm not lying. This is a weak year.
I texted you so excited about the show this
I am
week.
too. I'm excited. I'm still excited to go to the race, but I think they could have done a better job
Yeah,
with the paint
kind
schemes.
of overall.
I'm just being honest. I mean,
That
but
really
also I'm
was
wearing
a-
a Todd Gilliland.
It really
Zane
was
Smith
kind of
shirt, so whatever.
underwhelming.
It was underwhelming. There's a few there that make up for it. I love the 1. I love the 5. But it could have been something, you know? Yeah.
I think he gets it done this week.
Who?
He struggles to close sometimes.
Who?
But
Who?
with that paint scheme, with already a couple wins this year,
Who?
Kyle
South Carolina.
Kyle Larson is as much as I don't want to
Young
say
money.
it.
Rick.
Much as, I think it's got something to do with the scheme. Wouldn't you like to see that scheme in Victory Lane?
Oh, God, yes. Yeah. I'm all about it.
So
If I can throw something on the track that will make it happen, I will. Don't you worry about that.
so
I want the 5 to win because Terry. If Terry's not credited for at least half a win, if he does win, I'll be upset. If
well,
somebody get on J-Ski and tell him to put an asterisk by that.
here's my thing though.
Well, okay, go ahead, tell us.
We expected short tracks and road courses to be great racing
did.
this year.
Yeah, I know.
Well, they tried. They changed the package again.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's all about
Not
tires.
been the case. But can we talk about the mile and a half?
Mile and a half's good.
And
How does
although
that play to
Dar-
Darlington?
I know, that's what I'm saying. Darlington, not your traditional mile and a half, mile 1.3.
Yeah.
Does it provide the excitement?
I don't know. Last time was exciting. It had its moments. It's always better being there, you know? We say that every week, but there's so much going on the track while you're there you can watch on your own as where the TV limits you in so many ways to see what's happening in the race.
Yeah.
So it's always better. I'm a bad judge of that because we go to every throwback weekend, and I'm there, so I'd never watch it on TV. So I'm always excited when I come out because I feel like I've saw a good race, and then sometimes people are like, well, that sucked crap. And I'm like, really, the TV just sucked crap. If you'd been there, you'd seen a lot more racing than is available.
I'd say it's the same in Martinsville.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me give you actually, I started to say my pick, but this is not a pick. Let me forecast to you the definite winner.
Okay.
100% who will win. And I have not
Alright.
pre-thought about this. I have not considered the facts in any way.
Listen, I'm
of
opening my
what might happen.
FanDuel app right now.
You got to get it open. I'm very sad to tell you the number 11 goes to victory lane again. Denny Ham pulls it out.
That's a strong pick.
I'm already thinking about should I pack some type of like catcher suit or a body armor or something because Justin is just going to be pissed after the race. He's going to be in a bad mood. And I'm just like, maybe he'll strike me. I need some kind of something. Okay. So 11, and you said 5. We're not really going out on any limbs here. You know who I picked last week? I picked Todd Gilliland. I was like, just something crazy is going to happen in the 38 wins. And at one point, the last caution or next to last? He stayed out, or it was like 20 laps to go, and Todd was in the lead. And Justin texted me. He's like, oh, my God.
Man,
he's actually in the lead.
Someone dropping the stats for us.
Drop 'em.
Denny has 23 career Cup starts at Darlington, 12 top sides, and 4 wins.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. The man knows how to drive there.
Yeah.
It's hard to bet against him.
But it's a long race, too.
It is a long race. You're absolutely right. A lot of things can happen. And Denny doesn't have a throwback. So to me, that just makes the other drivers want to wreck him more, right? I mean, they have to have that in their brain.
I'm telling you, it would be sweet to see that 5-car in victory lane, though.
It would. 5. I hope so. All right, let's go. We've been here an hour. The Jordan shows are always the longest.
Hey, I'm happy to be back. I don't know when I'll be back out on
next week
work release, but.
All right, folks. We'll be back at you next week. We appreciate you so much for taking a few moments to sit and stare at us, talk about ignorant crap and giant corporations paying rich people to drive fast. So do what you can. Go back, see that Darlington that we already made. We'll have another one come next week. We got stuff coming up. Hang with us. We love you. Get us some subscribers. We're giving away stuff. I turned the camera on. The camera's back. Jordan left the button push. This is a terrible way to end the show. Okay, anything else, Jordan, before we go?
Hey.
I built up all this energy. We're going. Jordan. Yes.
Hey, I bring the energy every show.
Okay. Thanks for stopping us to tell us that. All right, we love all of you. Appreciate you. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.